Okay, so today we are doing section 5.3, day 2, and we're going to cover logarithms, which is one of my favorite things that I get to teach in math. What we're going to do today is basic stuff with logarithms. I'm going to show you how to take a logarithm, switch it to exponential form, and then go backwards from exponential form to logarithm form. So I'm going to write on the board, first of all, what a logarithm basically looks like, and then we're going to go and I'm going to show you what an exponential goes backwards into that log form. So we go with log little base b of x equals y, and I just use some variables for that. To switch it to its exponential form, I do something called read around the circle. You take the base number to the power of what's on the right side, so b to the power of y, and then I'm still finishing the circle. It's equal to what's on the inside of the logarithm. So I go in a circle. The base to the power of what's on the other side equals what's in the middle. So for example, if I gave you log base 3 of 9 equals 2, and I wanted you to write it in exponential form, we go around the circle. We start with 3 to the 2 equals 9. So it's going to look like this. 3 to the 2, which is squared, equals 9. And that is the exponential form of that logarithm. So let's do it again. So if I gave you log base 16 of 4 equals 1/2, we do the same thing. Go around the circle. We have 16 to the 1/2 equals 4. And that is the logarithm in exponential form. Now there's two special types of logarithms that we're going to learn today. They are called the common log and the natural log. They work the same way as the logarithm that I wrote up there. The common log is log x equals y, and they don't write anything, or I didn't write anything, in this little spot right here. It's called the common log, and the little thing that goes right here is a 10. You just have to know that it's the invisible 10. The invisible 10's there. So if I gave you, here's my problem 3, log of 1,000 equals 3. I would look at this and I would go, oh, I know the invisible 10 is there. So I would think, all right, invisible 10, do the problem around the circle. 10 to the 3rd equals 1,000. Now the second type of log, we call it the natural log, and it is ln, and then we'll do of x equals y. It has a little invisible number as well, and its invisible number is e, just like we've been using e on our calculators lately and things like that. I would still read around the corner, and I would go e to the, let me write it as a problem. So if I do ln of 3 equals a, I'm just making stuff up. I would go, oh look, that's got the invisible e. So we have the invisible e down here, and then I go around the circle. So I would say e to the a equals 3. And that is the exponential form of an ln using e. So now we're going to go the other direction. So we're going to take an exponential and we're going to put it in log form. We have common log still, we have natural logs, and we have the basic log up there. You're just going to be given the exponential format of it, and you're going to go backwards. So, for example, if I gave you 4 squared equals 16. And you want to write it as a logarithm. You have to figure out what goes down here in the base, what goes next to it, and what goes on the other side of the equal sign. And you have to do it based off of what the format of the circle looks like. So the 4 goes down in the bottom part of the logarithm. The 2 goes on the opposite side, and the 16 goes in the middle. Double check yourself, make sure you're right. 4 to the 2 equals 16. Ta-da, we're right. Let's try it again. So if I gave you 5 to the 3 equals 125. We once again want to do the log, figure out what goes at the bottom, figure out what goes next to it, and figure out what goes on the other side of the equal sign. The 5 goes down here at the bottom, the 3 goes on the other side of the equal sign, and that number goes inside the logarithm. Very easy to do, quick, short and sweet, to the point. So our last 2 problems that we're going to do, common log, natural log. So for number 7, if I gave you 10 to the 2 equals 100. Same thing, you would have log, little base, number equals what? This 10 goes down here, 2 goes over here, 100 goes here, but you do not type in the little 10 because the common log has an invisible 10. So you do not write that 10. That 10 is invisible. So after you come up with what this is with the invisible 10, you erase it. You do not type it in. Do not type it into WebAssign. They'll count you wrong. So number 8, the same thing with natural log. If you have ln, no, I'm writing the ln, I'm sorry. If you have e, let's say squared equals w. I can't actually calculate e squared in my head, so I can't do that for you. We would have ln, because it's got the e, we'd have the little e down here. The 2 would go on the other side, the w in the middle, and you do not write the e. And there's your answer. So those are the 2 things you're going to do today. It's all going to involve reading around the circle of the logarithm. You're going to take a logarithm, write it exponentially. You're going to take an exponential, write it as a logarithm. So tomorrow you have your quiz. Good luck on that, and I'll see you next week on a video.